Hello everyone, this is Usually Dead. 2 years ago, I recorded a video of myself having just moved into a new apartment to give a tour to interested parties. I did the same again, this is 2 years later, and now I've moved to Maryland of all places. And I'll give you a quick view of both the outside and the inside of the apartment. Although while I'm outside here, I have to be a little bit careful not to accidentally catch anybody's face or license plate, because that's kind of illegal to do that without permission. So there's kind of can see it from here. It's a unit up on the 3rd floor. Let's take a walk over there. There's really nothing particularly special about this apartment complex, honestly. It's just a lot of red brick on the outside. The inside is very basic, but it's also, you know, very tight and nice and functional and clean and quiet, which is superb and wonderful and lovely. Now, I already recorded a video partially of the interior of the place before setting it up, but it was crappy and stupid and bad, so I'm going to redo it here. I deleted that video and I'm replacing it with this, turning the camera away so I don't catch anybody's license plate. I live on the 3rd floor, which means getting all my stuff up a few flights of stairs was a big pain. This is exciting, I know. This is me. And here we are, new apartment. So things are a mess right now because I just moved in. And not only did I just move in, but I brought in a whole bunch of furniture and furnishings. Shouldn't be that hard to pronounce. I'm doing the Japanese thing and I don't like having shoes in the house, so I'm switching out for slippers here. There we are. So I'm super excited about this place because I get to have it all to my lonesome. This is all me. All this space is mine. The new job, which is not really a new job per se. It's more like just the same job in a different location and almost twice the pay. My God, I'm lucky. But yeah, it's super nice because even though it's a basic apartment, I've never had this much space all to myself before. Like the living room here, I don't even know what I'm going to do with this. Really, I'm so used to having like all of my recreational, you know, housebound activities in my bedroom, like my computer, and just play on a 3DS or Vita in bed, or read in bed, or watch stuff on the tablet in bed. Oh, as a asterisk note, when I recorded that video 2 years ago, it was on a Samsung Galaxy Tab 2.0, which I think was like a 2011 model Samsung tablet. Mostly it's an excuse just to use a tablet camera. I'm now doing the same thing on the new apartment with Google Nexus 7 2nd generation, the 2013. Again, just as an excuse to use the camera on this thing. It's not a great camera. Tablet cameras never are. But, yeah. The unit comes with a washer and dryer built in, thank God. Not only would I not have to lug my own hardware up here to wash my clothes, but I wouldn't have to go to a laundromat, which I hate doing. I do not want to have to go outside to wash my linens. That is something I prefer to do in private, just like everything else. Otherwise, basic kitchen comes with all the basic appliances, you know, fridge, microwave, blah, blah, blah. Lots of, this corner right here is the stuff I will throw out. These boxes have been so heavily used that they're basically worthless and they'll need to be discarded. They don't have the structural integrity. However, these boxes, I need to do the incredibly difficult task of putting them in that closet. I don't know when or how I will get the energy for that. These boxes came from IKEA, and I need to throw them away, but if you look out down there, there's kind of between the railing there is a yellow trash bin right next to the big dumpster, and that yellow trash bin is a recycle bin, which my old apartment complex did not have, which I'm excited about, but it's totally full right now, and I need to wait until the weekend to empty it, for them to empty it, so I can start putting my boxes out there. I'll probably cut them down so I can fit them in the bin, all right? I get a balcony all to myself. This is the view from my balcony. And while it is kind of a pain to have to go up 3 flights of stairs, anytime I need to bring something into the apartment, go up 3 flights of stairs, and I'm also probably going to be looking at some higher utility costs, especially in the summer, because I'll get residual heat coming from the units below me. I'm very happy to have a 3rd floor apartment for 2 reasons. One is quite practical. One is because nobody can stomp on my head going boom, 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 and having that happen above me all day long. And so I will be the one doing that to them. Booyah. Secondly, it's more of a metaphysical thing. I like feeling like I have this little loft in the sky. This little place of comforting, restful solitude in the sky. 2 stories up, 3 stories up from where everybody else has to dwell. There's a couple of major environmental differences between Maryland, where I am now. This is Savage, Maryland. A couple of different environmental differences between this place and Salt Lake City, Utah, where I came from. First off is obvious. I have never in my life seen such a concentration of trees. It's insane. I saw so many hillsides upon hillsides and epic valley vistas of just trees for hundreds of miles on my way out here. I saw so much of that. It looked like, repeated scenery porn shots from a Peter Jackson movie. It was insane. Every inch of land that is not purposed by humans here is basically a miniature forest. All of the trees that are planted in the suburban parts of Salt Lake were man-placed. And of course, here in the apartment, the stuff that's in the parking lot, that's man-placed. But beyond the apartment, that tall stuff over there, the trees in the distance over there, that's all wild. In the medians of roads, in freeways, the medians between roads and lanes and what have you, I'm used to it being just a dead tract of scrub grass and buckwheat and maybe some sage bushes, because, growing up as a desert lizard. But here, every tract of land in between, the lanes on a freeway or the 2 different halves of a highway, it's a miniature forest. You could walk in there and feel like you're in Lothlorien for a minute. It's nuts. I have never in my whole life seen this many trees. It's insane. All right, so standard stuff. Bathroom. The sink is not as big as my other bathroom was, which is a little bit of a bummer, because I was used to having all my stuff spread out all over the place. So I'm being ghetto and using a linen closet for that instead. You can't see me because I have a tablet in front of my face. Bedroom. This is where most of the action happens. Here's basically, I think, all the furniture that I got from IKEA the other day is here. I got a couple of shelves. Got the plushes established. That was a priority, obviously. I've been too lazy, or just too tired, to unpack books or my figures just yet. Closet. I need to get some kind of shelves to stick in the closet and organize my clothes better. Computer. I guess so. Computer. And this desk is 2/3 the size of my old one. I couldn't bring my old one. It was too big to fit in the trailer, and sticking it in the trailer completely mangled it anyway. So I said, I spent $200 on that desk. I bought it 6 years ago. Fuck it, I'm just going to get a new one. IKEA furniture is nice for that. And it's all just made out of particle board, and I think the legs are... I don't think they're aluminum. They're a little bit too heavy for that. I think they're still steel, but either way, it's, not super expensive. Don't feel bad if I throw it away. This end table, bought that. The bed I brought with me because I didn't want to have to buy a brand new bed. Hooking up the internet, you can see my modem and router right over there. Obviously a massive priority. That was a numero uno one thing, get it done the instant you get in the door. Because I was sick of, I had to spend 4 nights in hotels getting over here. The drive over here took that long. And I was so sick of hotel Wi-Fi. Hotel Wi-Fi never works. It's awful. And I was just basically relying on my cell phone the whole time. And I was really sick of that. So I want people's opinion. Feel free to comment on this video if you care. But I want people's opinion on what would be wise to do with this living room. I'm thinking maybe an office setup. And do my computing stuff out here. But I don't know. I don't know exactly what would be the smart things to do, what kind of furniture I'd want to bring in. Would it just be as simple as moving the desk and the chair mat and having an Ethernet cable come over to a switch or something, one thing? Maybe I could make it into a combo office entertainment center where I have my computer desk and then maybe a hutch or a stand over there for the TV to be on with all my game consoles. Maybe I could have a computer chair in addition to a lazy boy. But remember how difficult it would be to get stuff up those stairs, so I don't know how suitable that would be. But then again, I've seen relatively light and inexpensive chairs at IKEA and such. They're meant to be living room furniture. They're not meant to move around. But they don't take up 1 million cubic miles of room, and they don't cost $7 million, and they don't weigh 100 bajillion pounds. If just looking through my bedroom just now is any indication, I'm very much not a big furniture guy. Very much not. I don't believe in like the giant solid oak armoires or TV stands, the stuff that takes 7 guys to get up one flight of stairs and you're not meant to move for 30 years. That's not who I am. Compared to that, I'm basically a vagrant. I'm a transient. I do plan on living in this apartment for a long time. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if I was like here for a good, 3, 5, 10 years? I don't even care at this point. I don't want to go back to Salt Lake anytime soon. I might visit, but I'm not seeing going back there to live because I wouldn't have expected it. And indeed, my career in customer service work made me somewhat fear the East Coast. I don't know how accurate or inaccurate it was, but I had this impression that like everybody on the East Coast was a abrasive, abusive asshole of the highest order, because that's where the worst people came from. Every time I was doing, talking on the phone during customer service work, you get the people from New York and New Jersey who are like, hey, get this done 45 seconds ago. I'm going to come over there and rape and murder your whole family. Now, thankfully, the few interactions I've had just in the couple of days I've been in Maryland do not reflect that at all. Bear in mind, I'm going to stay away from the really heavily populated places like New York, New Jersey, Pittsburgh. The two closest to me, of course, are downtown Baltimore and Washington, D.C. I could see going to the nicer spots of D.C. as a tourist, like to see the mall with the memorials and the Capitol building and what have you. That could be fun, but I won't go into D.C. just to walk around the streets and be like, hey, I'm white, somebody please murder me, which is an extremely racist sentiment, and I apologize. All of the folk of color that I have met here have been very nice. There was one woman who helped me with my furniture at IKEA a day or two ago, so that's appreciated. But this area that I'm in here, Savage, does not live up to its name. It is a very quiet, gentle place that's just very suburban. Nobody bugs each other. A little bit off in that direction, which is kind of to the southeast, I think? I do not know. I know it's south. No, actually, this is kind of southwest that I'm facing. Okay. A little off in that direction, there's like a main drag that has all kinds of stores and services, fast food places. There's like a convenience store right on the corner. There's a grocery store like less than a mile down the road. There's a Best Buy a few miles down the road if you don't know how Newegg and Amazon work and make the mistake of buying electronics in person, which I don't plan on doing very much of. I'm thinking like only food is probably the stuff I'll buy locally. Everything else I'll just, keep buying on Amazon and other services like I've been doing forever. Because that will ship nationally. Thank you, Amazon Prime. But yeah, so that's that. Despite some initial uneasiness, I am quite excited. This place, not only the apartment itself, but the town it's in, have a lot of potential. There's a lot that I can do at this place. It's very pretty and clean and quiet. I would not mind living here long term. So there's lots of potential here, and I look forward to exploiting that and enjoying it as long as I live here. I do regret that I left a few friends behind in Salt Lake, but I will endeavor to keep in touch with them over Skype. So, all right, thanks. This has been Usually Dead rambling nonsensically over a tablet, recording a video about his new apartment. Tell me what you think about the living room, because I've never had this much space to myself, and I literally don't know what to do with it. It's quite befuddling, so I'd appreciate input. Anyway, thanks, dudes.